cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
All right, welcome back, welcome back. I do believe, just give me a second actually, I've got to sort the sound, the old clean feed. So you saw nothing. All right, you didn't see nothing. Either way, going to be getting into the action here. Sorry for the wait, folks. Look, I know it's a classic meme, but as a caster, there's not a great deal that I could do to get the game started. I really wish I could. It has been a bit of a wait, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Very, very long wait in between. Tricked having a tough time, to say the least, over on Dust 2. They looked really, really good. 13 rounds in a row from them, with an incredibly strong CT side, but they just weren't able to keep it up, ultimately. And yeah, it just shows massively. It just shows massively going towards the end, and they lose it in overtime. An absolute mess. First one was pretty spicy, though. It was pretty exciting. Hopefully it can deliver once again. This is actually Tricked's pick, if you've been keeping up. Aristocracy forfeited the first map because they were late, and that's just the way the news goes. Either way, the bomb going to get planted. There's the first kill coming through onto Shush. Bobsky as well going to fall. Oh my goodness. There's been so many kills. Acorn, he's the only one left. He finds 2 quick headshots. All right. What's going on here? A 1v5 overall. And it's looking pretty damn good. The bomb ticking away. Acorn going to eventually go down. He peeks into too many players and he will get taken out. Aristocracy get the pistol on the board then. I can tell you, there is no game after this. So we'll see. If this one's as exciting as it was on Dust 2 with so much action going on, I will probably stick to it. But if it's a little more one-sided or whatever, maybe I'll go for a bit of chat interaction. But at this point, not really looking likely, unfortunately. It will be, like I say, that pistol going the way of Aristocracy fairly decisively. Tricked's going to come back in with a force buy here. looking relatively good. Relatively good indeed. Slow round coming in from the CTs actually. Roche going to find a quick headshot onto Manise on the other side of the map. Shush will tag down Taz to 2 HP. Certainly looking good for the CTs then, as they've done a great deal of early damage. So many kills coming in. As what I might do in the break is just reset the clean feed. It unfortunately is kind of out of my hands in terms of the quality, but I can appreciate it could get a little better than this. So hopefully a quick reset could sort that out. I will do that just after this. Throw up the break screen after this round. But for now, it is actually looking kind of spicy. Hunden not having the best performance. I think he got like 9 kills in total over on Dust 2. So that's not ideal, is it really? 2 players going to be holding things down on the B bomb site though. Roche with his good buddy Acor just behind him. Oh, and there's another player in the form of Shush. Perfect timing, perfectly played, and Acor holding things towards Monster. Able to get one, runs out of ammo, trying to go for the knife. Mouse will at very least deal with him and deny the embarrassment coming through, but ultimately a very clean force buy from Trick. They survive with 4 players, and Aristocracy, it falls apart very quickly, very early on. A messy beginning here to Overpass for the Poles. Alright, let me just sort this quickly. They just give it a quick reset. Get everything going. Should be all good. We don't miss too much of the action. We actually got a quick 1 from Mouse. We'll get to see whether or not that continues. Taz gonna get tag kill onto Shush into a 3-on-3 actually, and well, they've got armor here, so this is certainly looking a bit spicy. Alan on low HP, but also has an AK, so it is definitely doable at this point in time. And yeah, I believe we are slightly behind the Russian one, but only by a few seconds, so just the way that it goes at the end of the day, I don't think it's enough to really ruin things. Nonetheless, moving in towards the A site, the B site, sorry, for the retake. Roche going to find one. Smoke down onto the bomb. He does have a kit. Just going to go for the general hold, and Rylan is nearby. So it's Taz looking to deny it for the defuse. It comes in cleanly enough. Rylan does find 2 before going down. Taz going to be able to survive. No, Hunden gets him with the last minute 1-tap. And the second round for Tricked in a row. It's fairly costly, you know, it is brought fairly close, but Aristocracy spent an awful lot. Looking pretty good. For them, to be fair. Okay, they're going to go for a buy into this one, though, as I looked up from the OBS. And, well, an interesting choice, I have to say, Aristocracy. We'll see. They do have the rifles. You know, they've got 4 in play, but ultimately I'm not so sure. It's a little shaky, isn't it? It's a little messy. Very slow start. A lot of nade damage actually being done. Looking relatively good. See, will that transfer into some frags later on in the round? I mean, are they going to be expecting these rifles in play? I'm not so sure, in all honesty. Oh, decarb up on the boost. There you go, that's what he was waiting for. Acor gets a little aggressive, goes for a wide swing, and it will be his downfall. 5-on-4, Mao's not quite able to deny the rotation, and Shush is ready, being that Bianca to find the trade. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, it's being kept even, being kept interesting into the 3-on-3. They're looking good. This find comes in from Bubsky. 3 versus 2. Swinging things back in favour of the CT sides. Talking to swings, Hunden goes wide. It's going to make the room for Bubsky, though. That's what it's all about. Trade comes in from Hunden. And a third round on the board. Yeah, Hunden's maybe a little salty with himself. Not the cleanest of evenings. However, he has, you know, definitely picked it up here. 4 frags already. Yeah, again, kind of apologies for the breaks in between. I think it's just been kind of a long day for all these guys, Aristocracy particularly, and they do sometimes, as we say in the UK, begin to take the Michael. You know, I've had this stream on for 3 hours now, and we've only had 1 map played. So, yeah, that just kind of gives you a bit of a feel, doesn't it? Aristocracy really shot themselves in the foot with the scheduling. Because they could have had this game, you know, rescheduled to a different day, I would have thought. But instead decided to push it back and try and play it all on the same... Maybe they've got other games coming up. It's the pain of playing, you know, the tier 2.5, tier 3 kind of CS. You have so many tournaments that you're a part of. It does mean there's an awful lot of games. And from time to time, if a series runs on long, you can kind of end up double booking yourself. Now, what happened here is they sort of hard double booked themselves, if I'm honest. Pretty big mistakes. Not going to lie. And we'll see whether it kind of costs them in the end here. Relatively good out towards the B bomb site. It's actually Bubsky getting a 2k there. I think he got one of those through the smoke. Pretty lucky with that. And a 4v3 ensues. Looking good. Marlon from behind does get one. The trade frag. Wanted to look for another. Not quite able to get it. I mean, he gets good damage onto A-Core, but not the frag. And Rallen in the smoke getting burnt a bit is a bit confused as to what's going on. And now a 3v2 ensues. I mean, this is looking dire, isn't it, for Aristocracy? Not looking good early on here on Overpass. A map that Tricks are very well versed on. Very well versed on indeed. Nice pickup coming in. Going to take out A-Core. And actually opening up the A-bomb sites. It's a pretty big frag to be finding. They get a decent plant in. Maybe some advanced positions as well. Hunden in on the flank, but, you know, his confidence is not really running all that high. Relying a little bit on his teammate to maybe make some moves, make some waves. Taz hearing all this action. It's all going to be down to Hunden on this flank, though. Flash going to go out. We'll go for the wide peak. Rallen cleanly takes him down. Bubsky finds the first, not quite the second, though. That'll be the second round for Aristocracy on the board, and they bounce back. They look good. They are fighting back well. They just need to string a few more together, and again, it's going to be difficult coming into this round because Tricks have got enough to buy up. So, can they fight back themselves on the CT side of things? Can they keep it going? That is the real question here. Ooh, the AWP on high doesn't find the shot. A-Core is forced back. Bit awkward as Bubsky finds the feet of Mouse, takes him down. That'll be the first frag coming in. Not a very exciting one, not too difficult. He just catches a player off guard ultimately. Flash comes in. Manise is forced back. Rallen's found an early frag. Looking relatively good then. For both sides. Flash over the top. Oh, tight angle from Acor. Trigger discipline is in. Has he been spotted? Not entirely sure. This is such a tight angle. I mean, they are creeping up, aren't they? Beside him, as he will find one. Peeks out, misses a shot onto Taz. That's the trade that they need. Dihar, meanwhile, had taken down Hunden into a 2 versus 2. Shush hiding away, waiting for the rotation to come in. The rotation comes in. The rotation is sound. Rallen is now the only one left for Aristocracy on 10 HP. Not looking too good for the lone pole. As he will try his damnedest. Here's the rotation, I think, going back towards B there. Shush got to be very careful on this angle. His position given away. Bubsky will very quickly come back in, and the crouch peek from Shush will be the end of Rallen. And there you are. Trick to immediately bounce back, get their 5th on the board, retrieve the AWP, and look pretty damn good here. Just bear with me. I'm going to give it one more reset, and hopefully that can sort things out. Trying to get everything working for you guys and looking good for you guys. Okie doke. Not going to miss too much of the action. Just, you know, the freeze time and everybody buying up. Taz and Dihar are going to take an awful lot of damage early on here through the smokes. Got to be very careful. Going into the latter stages of this round, it is starting to look a bit dire, a bit hard for them. Slowing things way down here on the T side. They're hoping to catch off some aggression. None is really coming their way. Tricked are not giving them anything. First port of call will be this player on the corner who is slowly but surely waiting. Flash comes over the top. He's able to find one, spots out 2 more. But Roche ultimately going to back away. The flash comes in, but I mean, the MP9 at that range not going to be successful, is it? It's not a perfect flash either, so Manise is quickly able to deal with him. Back into a 4-on-4 then. Oh, Bubsky hidden in the corner. That position might come into fruition a little later on because the bomb is rotating across and, well, they think it's cleared. Now he might take a slightly more aggressive stance. Well, maybe not. Of course, he can't hear them at that range. Such a passive angle. They have no idea that he's in it short and could pull off a very sort of quick half flank, as it were. Acor, though, going to find the head of one, and here comes Bubsky, right? Going to deny the bomb plant, and there it is. Plus Acor's damage from the nade. With only 4 seconds, that'll be the round going the way of Tricked. They find themselves a 6. Oh, and Taz not going to die after time. That could have been very dire indeed. It will be a 6th round, though, like I say, and Aristocracy with not much cash in the bank. Not looking too good at all for the T side, that is for sure. Looking good then, as they will manage to find themselves somewhat of an opener here. Not quite as an exciting game just yet. It has really been going the way of Tricked, and this is kind of one of the worries, I think, for Aristocracy, is the fact that they have had such a long day, such a difficult day, such a long first map, and the thing is, you know, it's not like they're a map up because they were here late, because they forfeited one of the results. It does mean that things are still looking relatively doable for Tricked. However, within this round, not so much. He caught with the AWP, though. It's quick and clean and clinical. Miles looking to get aggressive, but the angle being held by Acor, he knows he's so perfect at the moment. The nade to finish off the 2 HP Taz. Can't land in the close range flick, but the teammates are there to find the trade. The 7th round for Tricked on the board, and this is looking a hell of a lot more one-sided, honestly. This is sort of how Dust 2 started, though, and Aristocracy were able to bring it back and ultimately find it in overtime when it was like 13-5. So that should have been Tricked's map, you would say. However, it was the pick of Aristocracy. It was a map that they themselves are very, very confident on. They're not so bad on Overpass, in all fairness. It's definitely doable. But Tricked, I think, are angry. Tricked really want to be taking this one. They feel they're in a position at the moment with the way that their recent form has been that they should be taking this one. Dihar got the moves. He'll find his way up onto the sort of self-boost spot in Connector. Pete comes in from A-Court. He's able to find one. Rallen will take out his teammate Roge. Dihar as well making moves in Connector. However, it is Rallen to find another, catching Hunden off guard as well. This Krieg, so very deadly, so very difficult to get past. Shoosh not quite spotting the head cleanly enough of Miles, and it's actually back into a 4-on-2 in favor of Aristocracy. They have pulled it back in this round. Looked kind of even for just a second, but then it all sort of falls apart. Rallen picking up a massive 2k. One plank going to come in. The nade will go down. It's a fair amount of damage onto Rallen, but not going to finish him off. And I think with that, you know, with Heaven being smoked out, okay, pretty nasty one from Bubsky. Maybe they move back around as he finds a crazy little headshot through the smoke. What are you going to go for? What's the game plan? It does look like his teammate is hard saving, whereas A-Court taking a bit more of an aggressive stance on the save. Trying to deny a few more weapons away. He'll take down Taz. It's a nice find, and he's able to back away relatively safely. So some good damage done across to Aristocracy, but ultimately they win their 3rd round. They get it on the board, and they are happy with that. They don't really care how messy or clean it is. They are just happy that they get it. Oh, aggression coming in from the CT side. Something a bit different with the rifles in play, actually. And going to find Taz very early on. He's not expecting it. That's a retrieve Krieg and also a man advantage for the CT side. Aristocracy are trying to answer back in kind, though. They are trying to get aggressive themselves here up long. But ultimately, going to be difficult. A-Core is already here. Finds one through the crack angle. No trade coming in. There's 3 Kriegs. I think he'd actually landed the collateral, but not quite the double kill. Oh, will eventually, but gets taken down. It's difficult now for Aristocracy. 4v2. Hunden hidden away in the smoke. Gonna spray down through. He gets seen. He gets killed. But damage being done. They're being held back. Time warp for the rotations. Flash is not really good enough, though. This is very aggressive from the CT side. Dihar and Rallen are both low HP, though. Ooh, could be doable. Can't quite find the headstone. Dihar will lose his teammate. He has the opportunity in and around this default box. It's so messy. He tags down Roge to 10 HP, and it's eventually Roge on the pistol to take him down. Who would have thought it? Using the weaker weapon, you know, not the weapon with the scope or anything to aim in on his head, but whatever. 8th round on the board from Tricked, and it will be a timeout actually coming in from them. Maybe not quite happy with how messy that one was, 4v2. But ultimately, it is another round going the way of the CT side. They continue to look dominant. Either way, here we are as the timeout finishes. Should be getting back into the action relatively quickly. Let's see, which way will it go? Which way will it end up? Looking relatively good from the T side. Getting fast, getting aggressive. Not much resistance here either. They were perhaps hoping to meet some, you know, perhaps hoping to get some so that they could fight back. Not going to be the case, though. Very slow round coming in from both sides as they are just waiting patiently again. In a situation like this, nobody wants to be the team that makes the mistake. Or, I mean, the player as well, you know, within your team that makes the mistake. Nice boost up. Bubsky going to get a quick drop onto Dihar, not expecting it at all. That will essentially be all she wrote for him. Acor as well holding a bit of an off angle. Going to catch them rotating nades. Great flash over the top from Hunden. As Acor will find 2. And now into a 5-on-2 in favour of Tricked as the... Well, the scenario seems to continue. The problematic time for the T's may come to a bit of an end, at least briefly. Bomb plank going to come through. Fairly open as well for Taz to get into an aggressive position. And Mouse as well. So there is that. Taz going to go around the corner. He trades about the same damage. Unfortunately, they're both low. They're both easy pickups in the end. I like the idea, you know, you do need to get a bit aggressive in a situation like that, but ultimately, to no avail. It will be yet another round going the way of Tricked. They seem to be somewhat unstoppable, tapping into that unstoppable nature on the CT side that they had over on Dust 2. But I think a bit more confident with it here on Overpass. They really are looking good. So Aristocracy have really got to find a way back into this round. Back into this game, honestly. We'll see. Oh, Roge. The triple spray down is absolutely massive. Mental stuff coming in. That Krieg is just deadly, isn't it? Absolutely deadly. And Aristocracy, well, that is a real kick in the teeth. Salt in the wound, as they say. The 4v2 coming in. Can they recover things back? Acor will spot out Rallen as he drops down, trying to drop down silently. Unfortunately, with his back turned, will make for an easy frag. Mao's now the only one left in a 1v4. Looking pretty good for Tricked as they continue to string them together. And, I mean, fairly simply, that's a nice individual play, but for the most part, it has looked like, you know, just everybody kind of chiming in here, there, and everywhere. Looking really, really good as a whole. Nice molly coming in, although it doesn't actually land round the back, but then it facilitates a flash that doesn't blind Miles at all. But the flank is sound from Shush, and that will deny any semblance of a bomb plant, any semblance of a round win coming in. But as you can see, for the most part, I mean, Shush and Hunden are both kind of quiet. The two, I feel, more supportive elements of that CT side. But yeah, that is just filthy, isn't it? Absolutely filthy. But yeah, they're a little more quiet, but everybody else is up there. So it's all Roge, Acor, Bubsky. Those players that you've come to expect to frag for this side. Whereas Rallen doing a little bit more of the dirty work for the T's. When you've only got 3 rounds, it's a little difficult to say he's carrying, but, you know. The difference here is, as well, you know, Aristocracy looked good to begin with on Dust 2, and then it was Trick that flipped the switch and flipped everything in their favour. But here on Overpass, it's been all about Trick, to be honest. All about them really, really pushing it, really, really giving it the whole way through. And I mean, 12-3 is definitely on the cards. Weak buy once again from Aristocracy. D-Heart on the Deeg. No utility for Maniso or Rallen. No head armor either, so those 3 M4s are essentially upgraded to AKs. Faster fire rate AKs. More accurate AKs, you know. So every round, it seems, Aristocracy come into it with a disadvantage, let alone like the man disadvantage or whatever it may be, just a disadvantage solidly in terms of the buy, and then never really given a solid chance back into it. And there it is. Now it's in terms of the numbers, as they will find yet another opener on the CT side of things. CTs will start to move in. 2 quick kills coming in for the CT side. Rallen, he will eventually find that trade onto the ever-elusive Shoosh. He got himself a 2k in the round, but to no avail. An 11th. Again, ultimately no contest for Tricked, and I think Aristocracy are just burnt out after their super, super long day. I would not be surprised. It has been a really long one for me. You know, this game was supposed to start at 7 originally, then pushed back to 8, then pushed back to 8:30. This is my time, so EU time 9:30 is when it ended up happening, and then we had an extremely long first map, and now it's almost what, 1 AM for some of these players. Nuts, mate, absolutely nuts. And well, Trick, they want to get to bed. A-Core especially finds another opener. Roge aggressive at long, hidden away, peeks at the right time, finds Manise with his knife out. It is not going well, is it? Frags all over the shop. Looks like it's going to be 12-3. Rallen has been spotted at long. And surely not long before he shuffles off his mortal coil. Creeping in. Looking to try and find something. He doesn't have the bomb. I mean, what are you looking to get ultimately? It's the final round. Can't really save. 12-3 on the board then. A fairly dominant one coming in. As I have my own one of those. Okay. Let me just get that up for you so you can see it over in English. As they do like to run them at halftime. But yes, a very dominant one there. 12-3 on the half. I mean, the pistol even going the way of Aristocracy. So with the rifles, really not good at all. Really not good at all. And like I say, I think maybe just burning themselves out a little bit. Such a long day, such a long first map, and it feels like, okay, we've got an advantage. Oh, wait, no, we don't. No, we don't. We don't have an advantage going into our opponent's map pick because we had to forfeit a map earlier. There is no decider. We have to win 2 in a row in order to take this. And, you know, that's easier said than done. Tricked feel robbed that they lost that first map for sure. And ultimately coming into this one, you know, gonna be angry. Back with a vengeance. And they certainly are. 12-3. Really unsure of what to do. But either way, looking good as we get into the second half relatively quickly. Hopefully it will start to pick up for Aristocracy. They were stronger on the CT side, that's for sure, of Dust 2. It was a much easier hill to climb, though. So we'll see whether they're able to do the same here again. Tricked their map pick. You would expect them to have a good game plan coming into the T side of things, and they do indeed into the pistol have 2 players on the utility, 2 players on the raid boss P250. They're holding down long as well, relatively successfully it looks like, although the gap begins to close and it starts to become a little messier. Roche gonna have to get the reload off. It's A-Core who's finding all the frags though. Taz will trade one back, but is it going to be enough? A-Core's still around, and the thing is, they've left the B bomb site open. Shoosh finds Rallen in on that flank. It's all going to be onto Manise. 1v4, I feel like if they don't pick this one up, you know, it's going to be so hard for them. Double peak comes in, he's not winning that at all, ever. Don't care who you are. He'd need the fastest 2 kills of his life, and not going to happen. 13-3 for Trick, then, looking like they're going to clean this one up relatively quickly. It's Aristocracy at the very final hurdle. They're not able to get over it, unfortunately. We'll see here. Nade's coming in over the top. Bit of damage done onto the tricked boys. That is for sure. Quite a lot of damage, actually, now that we see it. However, once again, the frags continue to go the way of that terrorist side. Nice pickups coming in. D-Har actually going to find 3. What the hell's happened there? How did he get 3 on the deagle? He got one on the wallbang. One was low, I guess. Oh my god. What has happened? D-Har. D-Har. What the hell? Taz finds a 2k at the end, but my goodness. Steps up out of nowhere. That is absolutely insane. Hopefully we get to see a replay of that, because I just did not notice at all that he picked up 2 frags. Gets 1. What? I don't... Was someone jumping at the back? I don't even know, mate. I don't even know. Smoke towards Monster. As the CTs have given themselves a bit of a lifeline here, it's going to be a weak full buy indeed for... a weak force buy, sorry, for the T side. A-Core ecoing things out so he can get the AWP out. 3 Deagles, you got to give them the respect. The CZ as well. You really do need to be careful here on the CT side. I mean, this would be a hell of a round to lose, wouldn't it? Slowly but surely making their way into the bathrooms. The CT is very unsure of where to go, where to move, who to look at, who to seat. Minutes. We'll find the head of Bubsky. That causes the rest of the team to barrel forwards, and the 1-for-1's not bad for the T's there. Oh, Rallen with a bit of a broken spray down will get traded back. 4v3. A lot of damage coming in. Taz certainly has the potential as the flash is coming through over the top, but he's not able to find it either, and not like this. Aristocracy can't let a round like this slip away if we're looking to get the comeback going. D-Har will find 2 through the smoke, though. The hero of the previous round looks to be the hero of this round also. The bomb plant, not successful. It is fully denied. It's all going to be on to London, and that always tough to watch. D-Har finds another 4k. A 5th round for Aristocracy saved. The hero of the CT half, it seems, as he's found 7 kills, I think, in the past 2 rounds, maybe 8. Looking very, very good indeed. Either way, an eco coming through from Tricked. You would expect Aristocracy to get this one a bit cleaner, a little bit safer. Rallen only going to get a couple, though. He will eventually get traded back. There it is. Mouse over at short. Also taking a fair amount of damage. These have been some slightly messier rounds than I would have expected from Aristocracy, but all the same. Looking good for the CTs. I mean, to hopefully deny the bomb plant. And you would have thought definitely get their 6th round on the board, right? They're waiting patiently. They are ready for this push to come through. It should be doable. Even then, it's a little difficult. Roge actually finds one with the MP9 that he's retrieved, and well, that's a good amount of cash going his way. Manish is slightly laboured, but eventually finds Bubsky and the 6th round on the board. However, you know, forcing 2 players to continually buy up just keeps that pressure on. Oh, why are you doing this? This is so mean. Why are you showing a replay of that? They're all on, mate. I don't know how he's missing. How's he missing? No, of course it's because he's been spraying a bit and it's not quite that accurate. When you are spraying away on the Deeg. Oh, it's like a hard spray as well. He was just spamming mouse 1, not even leaving any kind of a gap in between, which you definitely have to do, by the way. Ooh, nonetheless, They are back with a vengeance into this first official rifle round. It's been a messy journey to get here. But it is indeed between these two teams. Nice little find coming through from A-Core. Could make all the difference. The AWPer been having a hell of a series, that is for sure, and looks to finish things relatively quickly here as he will eliminate one. .4v5, Miles in the advanced position. Are they going to be ready for this? There's so many players about to come around. Shoosh will check it. Shoosh will find him. Roge goes down on the other side of the map. The smoke to try and stop them coming through Monster is not really sound. And the thing is, Dihar, you know, he's late to the rotation here. They've got so much control of the site. Finds a quick headshot onto Shoosh, trying to find some more. Desperately trying to find some more. They're waiting patiently here on the T side. That might be their downfall, you know, because Manish has crept forwards. It's actually back into a 3-on-2 in favor of the CT side. So suddenly, it's looking good as Dihar finds another one, all going to be down to Bubsky. Goes for the wide swing, finds the second. Dihar's got 3 crisp headshots, but not crisp enough for the 4th. Tricked will get the 14th round on the board. And that might just be the final nail in the coffin. They don't have a great deal of money on the Aristocracy side. Going to go for the buy, playing for the win. 10 in a row required for the win in regulation. We have seen both these teams get pretty close to that, if not supersede that. But Aristocracy, with nothing but hope in their heart, can they win this here? It is not looking too good. 2 very quick kills coming in. Dihar does get one, but he's traded back. .4v3 coming through. It's actually going to be walking into the majority of the CT players here. The flash is not really great. Mouse turns into it. It's a bit of a desperate toss from Taz at the end of the day. And it'll all be down to Taz to deny the map and series points here. And it's not really looking that likely, is it? Not looking that likely at all. It's got to be very careful trying to cross through the smoke, but they are doing their damnedest to deny him. Even though I don't think they're 100% sold that he's in that position. All the same, looking relatively good here from the Tricked Esports side of things. Taz will save an M4, but I mean, they need 9 in a row to take it to another overtime here in this series. And I mean, that is going to be pretty insane. Tricked have been looking so very good, in all honesty. So very good. Really got to hand it to them. They have picked it up. Not felt, you know, too disheartened after losing the first map when there was definitely a spot where they could have won it, right? 13-5 very quickly. They definitely could have won it. But not quite able to do so, and some teams, they crumble. Tricked, no, they stand tall. They will not back down. They will not be beaten. So much nade damage coming in early on, though. They've certainly been beaten quite a bit in this round. But this is their best chance to close it out for sure. Aristocracy really do not have a good buy on their hands. 3 Deagles, 1 M4, a UMP, no kits, very little utility. The door opens. It's a team kill. Miles actually gets the kill through his teammate. That's a bit unfortunate. So a 4v4 instantly. Smoke going to go down as well to kind of keep him at bay. He will retrieve a Galil. I mean, it could have been better, couldn't it? So he's a bit sad that it's only a Galil. But the T side is going to be relatively happy. You can hear the typing coming in, you know. Pretty funny stuff. Not so funny for Aristocracy, though, when they're 9 rounds behind. Really not funny at all. Rarlan going to drop down. He does have a teammate around, and I think quick rotations coming in from the A site because they're taking those risks. Manish up close and personal. Finds the headshot into one. Rarlan as well. A crisp one from him. Manish actually gets two. It's all into the 1v3 for London. Not going to happen. And Aristocracy have pulled it out of the bag. They've pulled it out of somewhere. Bit of magic. They get a 7th round on the board. All right, then. Back into it. Money available for Trick to buy back into things here, but, I mean, it's not a great buy, is it, really? 3 SMGs in play, just waiting for Taz, waiting for the green light. They will all cross. Are they going to move towards B? It looks like they are very quickly indeed. Shush taking the first place of that entry. However, there's 2 more players to find. Taz as well, playing in that super thin angle. Will manage to find 3. They've cleaned things up here. The rush not working out at all. Hunden the only one left in a 1v3 once again. Bit of deja vu. Didn't get it done last time. Is it going to be the same result? Only on the MP5, bless him. Ooh, okay, that's unfortunate. I mean, Taz peeks out, gets the 4K. The in-game leader on the in-game leader. And Taz will come out on top. So, Aristocracy, a bit of breathing round now then, as Trick don't have a great deal of money to play with. They need the 1 round. Just the 1 round. How do you get it? What do you do? Well, generally speaking, you take it nice and slow. Nice and easy. Should be relatively doable. In this round, at the very least, for Aristocracy. A lot of pistols grouped up together, though. You definitely got to give them the respect. They could overwhelm you at any moment. Taz, particularly. I mean, he's looked good on this org. Swapping across to the A side of things now, interestingly enough. Going to get 2, 3. Can he make it 5? Can you make it 5? He can indeed. Nice little eco ace coming in from Taz. Clean spray down. Great spray control. And padding the stats somewhat. However, at the moment, that is ultimately what the entire team is doing of the Aristocracy side. Just padding the stats. Yeah, because they need to find the rounds here. And, well, they've got 6 more in a row to go. They took us to overtime. It was Trick to, you know, were in the lead last time. They're in the lead here again. Aristocracy bounce back on their CT side. Can they do so once again? That is the ultimate question. Over the top of the smoke. Manish will find the opener onto Roge. Uh-oh, history seems set to repeat itself. If we do not learn from our mistakes, that's the way that it goes, Tricked. You've got to learn from your mistakes of Dust 2. Again. Another kill coming in. 5v3. Bubsky not able to find it. Dihar will take him down with the Pika's advantage. And now a 5v2. Aristocracy have torn through this round. They're tearing through Tricked. And, I mean, yeah. On the horizon is the overtime. May be a possibility. These final 2 players find anything for their squad? That's the ultimate question, the $1 million question. They managed to creep in. Manish is behind them, though. Timing going to be everything here. Finds the first, not quite the second. However, Rarlan is around to help him out. Make sure he survives and make sure that Aristocracy get themselves a flawless round on the board. So, problematic. They're looking good. Stringing 4 together here. 5 more required. Another eco from Tricked, so more likely than not going to be 4 more required. Nice flash over the top as the boys with the Deagles looking to get aggressive. That nade damage is pretty huge, and Manish and Rarlan looking to hold it down cleanly enough. Bubsky will find Rarlan, to be fair, so at the very least 1 player going to have to rebuy. But the 11th round on the board fairly cleanly for Aristocracy. Tricked, though, it was a bit of a throwaway. It was a fast rush with a flash and some deegs and whatnot. Hoping to overwhelm, didn't happen. Now they're back in with the full rifle bite. They've got to make this one work. They really do. It's starting to get a bit sweaty once again. Aristocracy pushing back, fighting back, shooting back, being successful in doing so as well. 5 in a row. 4 more required. And Trick put a stop to their hopes and dreams. Manish going in with the aggressive peek once again. Will get flashed out, but feeling it on the AWP at the moment. He wants to push forwards, but they say, no, 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 just relax. Don't get too aggressive, not yet. Big nade damage done onto Rojan Acor. That's pretty huge. A kill's worth of damage almost. Just shy by 5 points, but all the same. Lots of damage done onto Trick early on. It's unseen damage, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Ooh, Bubsky gets a bit of a headshot through the wall, I think twice actually. Will be tagged down to 21 HP, so no kills coming in yet, but Aristocracy with a heavy, heavy HP advantage going into the final minute of this round. And he's timing going to be everything. Flash comes over the top. Surely they've heard him scoping. The distraction is coming through. The flash will be returned. However, there's so many players for the CT side waiting here. Roge will pick up one. They know that Manish is close by, hearing him scope. He creeps around. He shows too much leg. He gets taken out. Rallen only good for 1. 4v2. Is this going to be it? There's so many low HP bars, and Dihaz here with a quick flank. Will manage to find the first. Can't deny the bomb plant, though. However, Bubsky is a bit screwed, isn't he, in that spot. Aggression going to come in. Dihar finds another. 2v2. There's kits available. Still low HP bars. Acor pretty low. Trying to play the low angle. Will manage to find the first. Mouse has got to find this for his squad. Gets the head of the first. Will tap on towards the bomb. It's all onto Acor. He spots that he's not on it. Acor is very quickly repositioned here, holding the wide angle, and finds the final shot. 16-11. The inevitable comes through. As, you know, twice in a row to take it to overtime, you don't really feel it happening, do you? Tricked are able to get it on the board. And we will, of course, see all that great information coming through from the observers. A fantastic, fantastic showing from both teams, to be honest. It's just a bit of a shame in the end, you know, the fact that the Aristocracy boys took so long in getting there, in finding their mojo, in finding their momentum, that again, it is kind of that inevitable, is this what we had expected? And Tricked, you know, coming in with a map advantage because of the unforeseen circumstances, you would expect them to take it indeed. But my goodness, a hell of a showing, a hell of a series. Tricked, I mean, that first map was so good, man. It was so good. Like, do go back and watch it if you missed it. It was so good from both the teams. Some brilliant highlight moments. But yes, that is going to be it from us here on the Starladder Twitch channel. That's going to be it from me for this evening, you know, and also my last covering. So, huge thank you. I've been covering a hell of a lot of this, and it's been great fun. Yeah, it's some really good teams. Obviously, we're not quite decided yet, but in the next few days, you'll get to find out who is going to be going to the StarSeries Season 8. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.